Hello again, soul travelers. We continue with our last episode on religion and disclosure. And before I begin, I want to clarify again that all this entire series has been attributed to Valir, described as a Pleiadian emissary of consciousness. And I'm sharing it with you for reflection and thoughtful discussion. So this last episode is talks about going from inherited certainty to living faith. Okay. Over the last 5 episodes, we have explored destabilization. That's a mouthful. The hijack pattern, the 2 reflex traps, and the stabilization protocol. Now we close with integration. If disclosure is not about panic, if it's not about worship, if it's not about rejecting religion, then what is it about? Well, from this perspective, disclosure is a maturation event. It is not the collapse of faith. It's the transition from inherited certainty to a living relationship. Inherited certainty says, this is the full map. This is the final explanation. This is already complete. There's nothing else. Everything is black and white. Living faith says, truth can expand. God is not threatened by mystery. I can grow without losing my center. See, inherited certainty is rigidity. Living faith is resilient. When certainty cracks, rigidity fractures. But resilience adapts. Religion at its deepest core was never meant to shrink reality. It was meant to orient humanity towards the sacred. But orientation is not ownership. And institutions do not own the divine. When the cosmos becomes publicly larger, theology stretches. But stretching is not destruction. It is growth. For example, a map drawn by a child may show only one continent. An adult's map shows the entire world. The continent does not disappear. It finds its place within something larger. That is integration. Integration does not mock believers, and it does not humiliate seekers. It does not force conclusions. It simply strengthens inner communion enough that expansion feels natural. From this perspective, the real evolution of faith is this: from external authority to inner resonance, from fear-based obedience to conscious alignment, from is this allowed to is this true, from who will save us to how do we mature. Disclosure becomes dangerous only when people cling to inherited certainty as identity. But when identity is rooted in presence, new information becomes enrichment, not threat. Faith that cannot expand becomes fragile. Faith that grows becomes luminous. And perhaps this is the real invitation of this era, not to abandon religion, not to worship the sky, but to deepen direct communion, to allow mystery, to strengthen discernment, to mature without collapsing. If that happens, then disclosure is not a fracture. It is a graduation. And the divine is not diminished by a larger universe. It is revealed as larger still. That is integration. And that completes this series. Before I close today, if this reflection resonated with you, please consider liking this video so that others can also benefit from what I have to say. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel and share this message with someone you think might benefit from this conversation. Also, if you have any thoughts or questions, I'd love to hear them in the comments, please. These reflections grow through dialogue, and dialogue is a two-way street. So please let me help you by adding your questions, your comments in the comment section. And I leave you with lots of love, light, peace, and with a brilliant future. I am Simera'Kai.